Hi guys, so Priti Patel, the Home Secretary, and her Right Honourable friend Richard Holden MP had a go at the Labour Party for suggesting it would be a good idea to close the borders during a pandemic. And they consider this as playing games. Let's hear what they had to say.
Richard Holden.
Thank you very much, Madam Deputy Speaker, and I'd like to thank the Home Secretary for a statement. Marjorie from Crook got in touch with me today. Like many of my North West Durham constituents, Marjorie is fed up of Labour playing politics with coronavirus. The Shadow Home Secretary himself has criticised our border measures before as a blunt tool. Today he's saying they don't go far enough. It's like some twisted version of Goldilocks, but the government solution is never just right.
No, the government solution should be to close the borders. Why are you not closing the borders? Close the borders. That's what you should be doing. There is a pandemic. Look at countries, for example New Zealand, who closed their border. And look at how many cases they have today.
Does my right honourable friend agree with Marjorie that it's irresponsible to play politics with coronavirus? And will she also ensure that if these measures need to be extended further to other countries, they'll be done so at the earliest opportunity?
Extend it to other countries. Close the frigging border. How is that so difficult? The Labour Party are saying, why is the border still open? Why haven't you closed the border? And Priti Patel and Boris Johnson have decided we're going to close the border to certain countries, seemingly South Africa, but not to other countries. So somebody can easily travel from South Africa to one of the countries that's not on the list and arrive in the UK. Why are you doing this? Close the border completely. This is a right-wing government that's been asked to close the border, and they will not do that.
My friend is absolutely right, and I agree with everything he says about the party opposite in terms of their flip-flopping, but also their claims. And I would just like to praise Marjorie as well for...
Marjorie is an idiot. Marjorie doesn't understand what's going on. Marjorie, whoever she is, even if she does exist, I don't know whether this Marjorie person actually exists, but if she does exist, why doesn't Marjorie want the border closed either? Marjorie is more concerned about what the Labour Party has to say about the border than the border itself, which doesn't make any sense to me.
Or, the points that she has made. I think she speaks for the British public, who are fed...
The British public are fed up of what? Of not having the border closed?
Up with party politics being played at this critical time, Madam Deputy Speaker, when the public want to see unity rather than the type of gripes that we are seeing and hearing, or the approach of armchair generals in particular. But he asked an important question about, rolling out further travel bans to other countries. The government will absolutely not hesitate if there are new strains emerging from other countries. The government...
If there are new... Close the bloody border. Why are you waiting for other strains to arrive? The problem with the other strain is that you discover it when it's in the country. Then it's too late to close the border. This doesn't make any sense to me. Why are you not closing the border? It's as if they're, afraid to close the border. Boris Johnson has an 80-seat majority. Now, so he doesn't have any political issues about closing the border. There's no, unless it's members of his own party don't want him to close the border. Really, I struggle to understand why the British government are deciding not to close the border. Do exactly as New Zealand did. You're an island, you can do that. Here in Italy, we can't. We can try and do it, but it's much more difficult because we have a land border with other countries. The UK is an island. It can close the border completely for the time necessary. It's not something permanent. It's for the time necessary to overcome this. Now, this issue of the Labour Party are playing games here. They're holding you to account. The Labour Party are not in charge. The Labour Party are not driving policy. You are. Now, what's very interesting is that Priti Patel last year suggested to close the border, and Boris Johnson overruled her. Now, why did Boris Johnson overrule her? She's not campaigning for the borders to be closed. She's not promoting this idea anymore. She had a talking to by Boris Johnson, probably. But the approach now is just to leave the borders open. Why is that the case? I struggle to understand why the British government have not closed the borders. Is it about money? Are they afraid that they're going to piss off business owners who want to come into the UK? Or is there some other reason? Because it doesn't make any sense to me. Does it make any sense to you guys? Let me know in the comments section. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot. I want to say a big thank you to all of my patrons. You ensure that this channel continues to exist. I'm eternally grateful for all of your support. If you join Patreon, you will receive instant access to our Discord server, where we have both audio and video chats. You can chat with me and other patrons, where we discuss important and non-important issues. Becoming a patron per month costs about the same as a large coffee, so why not check it out?